Successful people see possibilities where ordinary people see obstacles and limitations.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for being here today. And we are on our 1407th session today.
You too can become a part of these empowering morning conversations.
And I want to start by saying enterprising people see possibilities where ordinary people see roadblocks and obstacles. Enterprising people are able to see possibilities where ordinary people see what? Difficulties, obstacles, and roadblocks. So these people are people who have something known as a possibility mindset. They have an attitude. It's called the possibility searching attitude. They're always looking for possibilities. Whereas the other people, they're always looking for no possibilities and always trying to prove why something is not possible. So the possibility mindset people will always say, okay, let's find out how to make it happen. And the no possibility mindset guy is always saying, it cannot be done. Now you choose which mindset you'd like to belong to. So all of you, I think you are very, very experienced and mature and everything, and you will realize that our attitude plays a significant role in shaping our lives. Yeah. It can be a game changer in life. It can be the slight edge which will make you, not a great winner. If you don't have that slight edge, you may remain average and have an average life and be happy with the average life. So that's one thing with people who don't have a possibility mindset is that they settle for everything very easily. No, it's fine. This much is good enough for me. Right? So the difference in this attitude is the difference between seeing opportunities or feeling stuck and stagnant. Is the difference between growth and stagnation. Now, our attitude can either open doors or they can close them. And it's good to acknowledge whatever is the impact on our personal growth, right? Now, you might have noticed one thing that common mindset challenges that you all face, we all face, is the fear of uncertainty, fear of the unknown. Many of you said, they want to be comfortable, don't want to change, don't want to look at new things. And they will settle for comfortable even though it is not fulfilling. They're not happy with it. Another challenge is to always keep thinking about the past. Not looking at past, successes, but looking at past failures. And allowing those past failures to influence us in our thinking about what is possible in the future. A lot of fear about what other people might think. So you better do what everybody else is doing. Otherwise, people will think you're mad. It holds us back from taking risks and pursuing our goals, no? And then the big one is called the mindset of scarcity, survival mindset. We believe that there is only so little to go around. So we have to compete with everybody else to get it. Interesting, isn't it? And there is a certain behavior you will see with such people, those who are in the survival mindset. We've talked about it quite often. So maybe we can ask one of you to tell us what is the symptom of this survival mindset? All of the above? What do you say? Now, these challenges can keep people stuck for years and years. So the good news is that we have the power to change them. So all the people who are here in the EMC, you know that day by day, we are working to counter or discreate everything that keeps us stuck, everything that keeps us fixed. So when we recognize the patterns that are holding us back, we can definitely start to shift our attitude, right? And open ourselves to new possibilities. When we let go of the fear of uncertainty, we can start to take calculated risks and explore new opportunities. We can stop dwelling on past failures. We can learn from them and move forward. We can start to ignore what other people think and focus on our own goals. We can tap into our inner confidence or start working to build it up, no? And slowly, when we shift to a place of abundant mindset, we will start to see the world as a world of endless possibilities. There's a very famous man, I'm very fond of him. You would have all heard of him also. His name is Dr. Edward de Bono. Remember? And Dr. Edward de Bono is known to be the father of modern creativity. Yeah, medical doctor who became a behavioral scientist. Interesting guy. He always used to say, possibilities are always there, but we cannot see them. Possibilities are always there, but we cannot see them. Another thing that guy used to say was, you are only limited by what you think is possible for you. So you must have met a lot of people. You tell them, no, when you're coaching youngsters or juniors and all that, no? You say, Arey Baba, anything is possible. And the guy is saying, or at least he's maybe saying in his head, okay, maybe, sir, it's possible for other people, not for me, sir. I am coming from a small village, sir. This much I've been able to do. That's great, sir. You're limited only by what you see is possible. So we have a very simple way here in this forum to develop the possibility mindset. What is that? Anybody remember it? Reddy Garu will definitely
By
remember it.
generating.
Generating feelings is one thing, but there's something even simpler than that, Kasa Sai. Chinna Swami.
Sir, first is joining EMC every day.
Of course.
And the second one is stop judging.
That opens up. You stop judging yourself and others. But the third most potent one is what? What else is possible? Now, being in this question, what else is possible? And for some of the people who are like really stuck, I tell them, ask this question, is there anything else possible in my life? Because they are stuck in only this much is possible in my life, sir. Is that all? What else is possible? And how does it get any better than this? Two very potent questions which opens our awareness. But then you see, you may get an awareness, yes, it is possible. A lot of people see many things are possible. Yes, sir, they are possible. Everything is possible, sir. Okay, so why don't you do something about it? No, sir, that's not possible for me, sir. It's a waste of time. I have tried it many times in the past. It doesn't work for me. Maybe working for other people. See, always trying to justify why I cannot grab the opportunities that are available to me all the time, right? Some people say, oh, no, I'm too old to do that. Some people justify by saying, but what's the use? I've done all this stuff. बहुत हो गया, बच्चे settle हो गया. I was in that state when I was 62 years old. Thank God I found access, Sahu Saab, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. I think in this process, what is the main problem in my mind is coming? We are limiting ourselves. Means whatever we are, yes, mindset. That's what you are telling. That is correct. वी आर लिमिटिंग आवर सेल्फ, वो नहीं हो सकता, वो तो अपने बस की नहीं है। कभी कभी ये भी लगता है उसमें तो बहुत पैसा लगेगा, वो हम कहाँ करेंगे। समटाइम्स ये भी सोचते हैं यार वो हमारी बात क्यों सुनेगा। हम ये नहीं
हाँ
सोचते क्यों नहीं सुनेगा।
हाँ, और स्पेशली इन सम सिचुएशन जो से इन लोगों के साथ तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकता।
हो ही नहीं सकते सर, हम तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकते। हम तो बहुत छोटे आदमी।
नहीं, मेरा स्टाफ ही ऐसा है सर, इनके साथ कुछ नहीं हो सकता है। कोई
नहीं यार,
नए
देश का कुछ लास्ट में तो देश का कुछ नहीं हो सकता बोल रहे हैं सर। अभी
फीवर
अभी अभी एक छोटी सी चीज मैं 1 मिनट के लिए लूंगा, जैसे अभी यमुना क्लिनिक चल रहा है दिल्ली में। यमुना में कुछ नहीं हो सकता यार, बेकार दिखावा है। अरे एटलीस्ट वो कर तो रहे हैं। तो व्हाट इज द थिंग, इफ यू डोंट स्टार्ट इट, हाउ यू कैन थिंकिंग दैट यू विल बी अ ग्रेट पर्सन, यू विल सक्सेस। अगर आपके दिमाग में सोच ही नहीं आएगा, आप अपने आप को सोच में नहीं बड़ा कर सकते, एक्चुअल में तो बड़ा कर ही नहीं सकते आप।
वेरी ट्रू, वेरी
फेल टू प्लान, प्लान टू फेल वाली कहानी है सर हमारे टेक्निकल भाषा में। अगर आप अपनी लाइफ को प्लान ही नहीं कर सकते, तो आप फेल होने के लिए ही प्लान कर रहे हैं। दैट वाज व्हाट आई मीन टू से।
ट्रू। Beautiful. And I just remembered, when you talked about cleaning the Yamuna, if you had gone to Beijing in 1998 or the year 2000, it was one of the most polluted cities in the world. Okay. And if they had this mindset, it can never be cleaned up. I mean, look at what they've done. There's no pollution there anymore. So my funda is if anybody can do it, we can also do it.
Yes sir.
Personally, as well as collectively, right? Yes, Suresh Kumar ji. Thank you, Sahu Saab.
Thank you
Sir,
sir.
Are you in
everything
Delhi
is
these days? Yes,
hello.
sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Things are possible. By default, we may have certain things happening, but by planning only, we'll get a construct. I mean, proper things done. Everything by proper planning, we can reach the goal. It may take little time or more time, but planning is more important and implementing.
Yep. But today we are talking about attitude, right? If
Yeah.
you do planning with a fixed mindset or a no possibility mindset, there's one kind of
அந்த
planning.
டாக்குமெண்ட் இதெல்லாம் இங்க
You please mute yourself, Sai.
இங்கேதான் வச்சிருக்கேன் படிக்கிறதுக்காக கீழே.
So we are talking about how do we develop a growth mindset or a possibility mindset or a positive attitude. Some people call it positive attitude. Very, very empowering if you can develop it. See, remember one thing. One of the ways that people develop a possibility mindset is by focusing on the good things in life that you already have. We start to attract more positivity and more opportunities that suddenly start showing up almost magically. On the other hand, as you know, negative attitude can be incredibly limiting. And when you start focusing on the negative, we are repelling, pushing away all the possibilities and opportunities. So opportunities start to go away. So the way we think and feel about ourselves and the world around us obviously has a very direct impact on our ability to see potential possibilities and opportunities. And the only way we will do it is by shifting our attitude. So I will share with you and we have some time, somebody I know who came from a small village in Haryana. He couldn't even speak properly. He couldn't speak properly in English or in Hindi. Okay, young boy, he had finished his graduation and come. And absolutely no possibility mindset to begin with. So somebody brought him to me, कि sir, इसको कुछ कर दो आप, So I took him under my wing And I worked with him to change his mindset. And you will not believe, in 4 years, that fellow became fluent in language and he became one of the best trainers that I know. All right. He got a job in Dale Carnegie and he was rated as one of the best trainers in Asia for Dale Carnegie. This is the advantage of shifting your mindset. And what was happening before that shift happened, he tried many things. He would not survive in a job for 2 months, right? Because it was not paying him enough. But he would not try for a job which was paying more. And if he tried for it, he would fail in the interview because his entire negativity was not letting people see him for the person that he was. You understand? And every time he would get rejected, he would say, nahi, 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 mera kuch nahi hone wala hai. I'm going to go back to my village and stuff like that. Okay. So as he started developing this mindset, you know, and this is one example of this is that if you sometimes, you know, you try to take on this journey alone, it is very difficult. It's good he reached out. Okay. So he was in touch with positive people who were guiding him in a positive direction, like we are doing here in the AMC also. Now, this shift in attitude, I think you'll realize it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of work and dedication. But the end result is worth it, no? How many of you have heard the story of this Colonel Sanders? He was a retired guy. And what is the company that he built that he's famous for?
AFC, sir.
KFC.
Right? So what kind of a mindset that after his retirement, and he was a pretty old guy, he was more than 60. And in India also, you have many examples of people who after retirement at the age of 60, 65, they have made companies worth crores of rupees. Why? I met one of them, he had come to a Rotary meeting. I said, why did you take it on? And he said, why not? And he said, देखो साहब कुछ भी नहीं करता तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला था. I could be like all the old people who say, हो गया, कर लिया, अभी क्या करना है, बहुत मारा मारी हो गया. I mean, I've done enough, no? He said, but if I'm alive, then there is a purpose, no? Very interesting thing he said. He says, and incidentally, it exactly resonates with what I said to myself at some point. You know, when my children all grown up, their children are grown up, and they're asking me, Father, Daddy, what's wrong with you? Why are you investing so much in money in learning and doing all these new things for what? I said, why not? And my friend, that guy who came to our meeting, he said, you know, if God has kept me alive, there is still a purpose that I have not fulfilled. He says, if I was a flower, then God would be keeping me alive so that, you know, I can give my fragrance. But I'm not a flower, no, Sukhdeepak. If I was a beautiful person, God would have kept me alive to give and spread some beauty in this world. But I'm not a beautiful person. So what has God kept me alive for what? Malika will say, because he wants me to open this school for children, which I always want. That's a possibility mindset. And this gentleman says, I found out that with all this reservoir of knowledge and experience I've had throughout my working life, I can use it. I have nothing to lose now, he says. Now, when you're young, failure can cost you. Your children are growing up here. He said, there's nothing to lose. What will I lose? So I decided to take this big. People said you're taking a risk at this age. Why should you do this? And again, I would say, why should I not do it? And he says, I built this company. After retirement, okay? 5 years after retirement. He said, I was getting so bored of doing nothing. But I believe that he's one of those enterprising people who are always looking for possibilities in life and finding reasons to do new things, you know. So I believe it's the attitude that you have. That can make a difference. If you don't have it, how do you develop a possibility mindset? And there are many ways in which you can develop a possibility mindset. One of the ways, like Reddy Garu said, come to the EMC every morning. Slowly and slowly, you will be pushed to develop a possibility mindset, because we always work with something that stops us from looking at possibility. We always work with something to help us to destroy all the negativity that is trying to influence us. We do that. That's one way. And you know what is the second way? Do things differently. Always look for ways to do something in a better manner and different from before. Don't be afraid to experiment with new things. I started experimenting with clothes at the age of 69. Started wearing jeans, which I never wore in my whole life, after my college days. Experiment with new things. Do things differently. Keep finding out new things to learn. Now, suppose you are only reading your engineering books and technical journals, read something else also, which will enrich your brains.
Correct. Yeah.
And take on small incremental challenges, Because the moment you stop challenging yourself, stagnation sets in. Growth mindset happens only when you keep challenging yourself. Like one of my colleagues in the training business, he used to say, dare to dream, dare to be different, dare to challenge yourself. Get out of the survival mode, get into the create mode. Start choosing instead of deciding. And never forget one thing, guys, that every experience, good or bad, every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. So whatever happens, if something good happens, you learn from that experience. If something bad happens, you learn from that experience. If you succeed, you will learn from that experience. If you fail, you will learn from that experience. That is how the possibility mindset people work, right? They learn from every experience. They learn from everyone, including the peon and the guard and the, driver or the taxi driver. They are like a sponge. They're getting stuff from everybody. Then they use it as they see fit. Interesting. Day before yesterday, I was coming from somewhere in a taxi, and the guy was pretty old. So I asked him, Acha, how come you started? Sir, I used to work for BEST. I was a bus driver all my life. And after my retirement, I have started driving this taxi. I've got 5 taxis now. Interesting. So I said, did you have to do it? Did you have some compulsion? कोई मजबूरी थी क्या? पैसे की कमी थी? He said, नहीं sir. There was no majburi, sir. There was no compulsion, sir. He said, I'm fit and fine, so why should I not do anything? I'm doing it. I don't want to, I want to still keep giving money to my children instead of asking them for money. Wow. That fellow never came to the EMC. He still has a possibility mindset. So some people are born with it. How many of you heard of Vijay Malaya? He was born with it. Colonel Sanders, born with it probably. So then some of us will justify and say, sir, those people are born with it. I am not, sir. So what to do? So better off. I keep saying, if God wanted us to be stagnant, he would have put us in a pot, Gamle mein hamare ko chhodte the. Go ahead.
So good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Sir, in 1976, the government was overthrown, and the prime minister at that time hailed from a state where prohibition was on. So there is a mad scramble.
Morarji this time.
There's a mad scramble for people disposing of their liquor shares. Sir. Everybody
Yeah, they were
wanted to.
selling them. That's right.
So everybody
That's
wanted to.
Right, right. The Vijay Malaya story, right?
Yes, sir. So everybody wanted to dispose of their shares, but there's one guy who was mad after that is buying. He went on a scramble. Wherever people were trying to sell, he used to buy, and he made it big, sir. When the entire world thought of one side, he thought differently, sir.
And not only that, I mean, he hawked his wife's jewelry, you know,
Yes, sir.
everything. He put, and he was owning 45% shares of liquor companies in India. And he was called the king of the liquor industry. And if
True,
you
sir.
go to Bangalore, you will find there is a road which is called Vittal Malaya Road. And incidentally, the Bangalore club is also on that road.
So his name is Vijay Mallya.
Vittal Malaya.
Isn't it Vijay Mallya?
Vijaya is the son, Baba.
Son.
I'm sorry.
The father's name was Vittal Malaya. Son is famous
Okay.
because father saw possibility and the son is enjoying with the calendar girls and all.
Okay. Sorry, I was wrong.
Never mind. Vittal Malaya. People don't remember him. They remember the son for the wrong reasons. That guy also saw lots of possibilities only. All right, guys. So I hope today's been a Yadgar session. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for another useful, interesting, empowering morning conversations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye bye. God bless you.
Thank you.
See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye, bye, bye.
God bless everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Morning.